Hello friends, I'm Jithendra. I'm the creator of Chord Voicer Pro. This is my first MIDI FX plugin. You can find the product link in the description. We also have a 14-day free trial. I will first show what the plugin does by playing something and then bypassing the plugin so that you will know what it actually does. So this is bypassed. Now let's play the same notes but with the plugin on. So the first thing to note is that I'm playing the exact same notes, and what the plugin basically does is take those exact notes and then spreads it out across the keyboard in a meaningful way based on the chosen preset. So I will say that this is a voicing plugin and not a chord generator plugin. Voicing is just a simple way of spreading across the same notes that you are playing, no other additional notes throughout the keyboards in a way that it creates a different kind of emotion. So along with this, we also have the expand option. What the option basically does is takes the notes that you played and expands on it, adding a little bit more color based on the preset that you have chosen and makes the chord more fuller. I'll just give you a demonstration of that. So as you can see, the top keyboard displays the input and the bottom keyboard displays the output. So you can see the number of notes that are coming into the keyboard and going out of the keyboard. So that's the expand. What we're basically doing is taking the notes that you play and using a voicing based algorithm to spread those notes out or to contract them depending upon the sound that you are trying to achieve. We basically have 12 voicing styles, as you can see here. So these voicing styles are just styles and not actually chords. So the problem we are trying to solve is of two things. One is to have an instant way, even if you know there are different voicings and there are different ways to play the same chord, you may not be able to actually think those on top of your head while you are playing. So if you're playing something and you want to know how the chord would sound like in a different voicing structure, you can do so instantly by using these 12 voicing styles. We shall now play something and then I will explain how to use this plugin to create the sounds that you want. So as you saw, I was just playing within a very small range of the keyboard. This is a practical difficulty that a lot of us might have. We might have a small keyboard, we might be traveling, and sometimes we might even have a large keyboard and you might know how to play these different voicings. But the fact that you cannot use a mod wheel while you are playing might stifle your expressive playing. So what we'll be able to do is just use your right hand to play the notes and then use your left hand to use the mod wheel and we can get expressive playing instantly. I'll demonstrate right now. So this is one of the most important problems that a lot of keyboard players have. Yeah, you can actually write the automation later, but it is always better for you to play and use the automation at the same time so you will know how the sound exactly feels like before you're committing it. And that is where this plugin helps the most. It's that even if you know to voice your chords and you know to play the keyboard very well, you will still not be able to use the full potential of the modern sample libraries if you are going to be playing and then automating later. There are also scale options. Let's say that you do know the different scales and the notes of different scales, but it is just that when you're playing, it's kind of little difficult because you are not maybe a keyboard player. In that scenario, all that you have to do is just to choose a scale. Let us say we say C minor and it just say play C major chord. The chord that I just played is from C major, but it still goes into the correct notes. So you can even use this to play staccato notes or short notes or pizzicato notes, whatever notes that you want to play, and it'll still be able to voice notes instantly. This is actually a big plus because we have done a lot of work to reduce the latency that plugins create while you're playing something live, and it still needs an algorithm to actually voice it differently. Now we do have two modes. Even though this feels like latency free, there is already a 36 millisecond delay that is added because this is a delay that is taken in so that the notes that you play will be taken together as a chord. But if you are confident enough to play notes as a chord and not play it in a flam or roll kind of way, because most keyboard players play it that way, then you can actually use the streamed mode instead of the buffered mode, which has no latency and it will play through straight away. But if you're going to play legato instruments or sustained instruments, then I will suggest buffered mode, because even if you actually play it in a rolled or flammed kind of way, the most important distinction that we'll make is even in buffered mode, it will not take the natural human characteristic out of that. So if you are going to play it flammed or rolled, it will still maintain that even if it's going to voice it differently. I'll demonstrate that. So as you can see, even though you are playing just 4 notes, your humanization is taken into consideration, and that humanization is applied throughout the whole voicing structure, creating a coherent humanized feel rather than an automated machinistic feel. The other beautiful thing about this plugin is that it suits the instruments that you play, meaning that it will change the voicing structure depending upon the range that you give to the instrument. Now we are going to play through an epic horns ensemble. As you can see, the range is limited for this particular instrument, and when I change the limit range of our voicing plugin, the voicing will be intelligently suiting the instrument that you have chosen. I'll just demonstrate it right now. So as you can see, the plugin intelligently adapts to the instrument that you're playing and the range that you are playing to. Let's say you want to save this as a preset. We have a lot of options for you to save the presets, back up those presets and everything. Trust me when I tell you this plugin is made for me. And so I know as a producer the kind of issues that we have. And one more thing that I would like to say is, more than this being a transaction or something like that, you can take this as a word from me that you can request features for this plugin or any other plugins that we're going to release. And if it is a feasible and if it is required by a lot of people, we are going to do that. And even if it's not required by a lot of people, if the suggestion makes sense, we will definitely implement that, because firstly, this plugin has to be useful for me, and whatever ideas that you give or whatever suggestions that you give are essentially going to also make my work easier. Now we will go through the different voicing styles before we actually get into how the plugin might sound on different instruments. Now I'll play the same exact notes, and you can see how the same notes gets transformed into different sounds and different feelings based on just voicing and nothing else. And one more thing that we are going to demonstrate via this is the key switch feature, which is a feature that I like the most. Why? Because let's say you're playing something and you want to dynamically know what it feels like in a different voice. I don't want the user to actually go and change presets. I want the user to be able to do it on the fly easily. And that's the purpose of having this key switch. And the key switch, as you can see, can also be shifted depending upon what you want to do with it. Let's say we'll set it up on C1 because that's where most keyboards are, because most keyboards are 61 keys. Even if you're using a smaller keyboard, you can absolutely use the pads that you have if you have those pads, or you can do this later as well. Let's get to playing. So as you can see, these are the exact same notes, but just voiced differently. That's where the power of the plugin shines. There are different ways to use this, as you can see. One is you can experiment with how different voicings feel like, and you can switch to the voicing that you want for the particular passage of whatever music that you're creating. This comes from my understanding that a lot of composers, rather than changing chords, they just change voicing to achieve the kind of complex music that they want, because a lot of times the chord says same because that's where they want the mood to be in, and they just switch around with different voicings for the same chord, getting the kind of sound that they want. And there is another way of using this plugin, that is, let's say that you want to layer different sounds. Let's say you want the brass to sound a different way. Let's say that you want the strings to sound a different way. You want the synths to sound a different way. You can do that. And rather than layering them with the exact same voicings, you can use different voicings to achieve the kind of sounds that you want. If you want to know how you can actually use different voicings in different instruments to create a different kind of a soundscape, please comment below. I will definitely make videos on that using the plugin to give you various ways of actually using voicings to achieve the sounds that you want. Along with this, we have a few more options. One is the input split, where if you want to play a melody over on top of the chords that you play, you can select the input split. So the notes to the left of it can be used to play your chords, and the notes above it will go unprocessed so that you can play melody. Now the invert option just inverts the split. So the right side of the split becomes the processed signal and the left side becomes the unprocessed signal. You can also transpose the keyboard as required. And then there is the register split. What the register split basically does is, let's say you have an ideal bass clef and treble clef in your mind, and you want 3 notes, not more than 3 notes to be on your bass clef, and on the treble clef you want 4 notes at the max. You can say which is the point that is going to act as a register split. Let's say C3. So any harmonies that you play will get a maximum of 3 notes below C3, and above C3 will get 4 notes here, and you can change it as you wish. And that brings us to the end of this video. You can find the product link in the description, and as an introductory sale we have a steep discount for the first 200 customers. You can use the code INTRO at checkout to get the discount. We also have a 14-day free trial. Your support will mean a lot for me, because creating a plugin was really difficult for me. Me being a music producer, I had to learn how to do plugins, and more than that, how to start a company, which was a really steep learning curve. Your support will encourage me to make more plugins, and that brings us to the end of the video. Please check out the trial links in the description below. Thanks for watching this video and have a great time.